Habit number 1. They wake up before the problem does. Not at 4 a.m. because a trendy self-improvement podcast told them to, but at whatever specific hour gives them 90 minutes of pure, uninterrupted silence. Before the rest of the world wakes up, start sending frantic emails and making absolutely everything urgent. A 2016 study published in the Journal of Applied Social Psychology explicitly found that people who voluntarily choose to wake up early show significantly higher levels of proactive behavior. Meaning, quite simply, that they spend their mornings starting things that matter instead of spending the rest of their afternoon reacting to fire drills all day. The monumental difference between being reactive and being proactive is worth vastly more than any generic morning routine you can buy a premium course about. Rich people are not inherently morning people. They are simply disciplined individuals who decided mornings were the only hours of the day that nobody else could steal from them. The Panther does not set an alarm. He is already up, 3 steps ahead of the market, and mildly annoyed that you are just now opening your eyes. Habit number 2. They are absolutely terrible at relaxing. Researchers at San Francisco State University found in 2019 that highly successful creative individuals experience a psychological phenomenon called guilty disengagement, meaning they physically cannot unwind or sit still without their own brain actively punishing them for the lack of utility. Vacations do not feel like an escape. They feel like acute withdrawal. Weekends do not feel like a break. They feel like unfilmed rehearsals for Monday morning. The beach is fine for exactly 40 minutes. Then they are sitting under the umbrella drafting a massive operations workflow on their phone and casually calling it just one little idea. This intense trait only works when the work itself feels like pure play. If your daily work feels like a miserable punishment, you do not have the rich person problem. You have a completely different problem entirely. The Panther took a luxury vacation once. He came back 72 hours later with 7 new viral video ideas and an entire digital folder labeled Research. Habit number 3. They read things absolutely nobody else is reading. Not the mainstream bestseller list, not the trending corporate newsletter, but dry annual reports, complex court documents, obscure academic papers, and detailed biographies of historical figures who failed spectacularly and wrote about it with brutal honesty. Warren Buffett famously reads between 5 and 6 hours every single day, building his database of knowledge slowly over time like compound interest. When asked how to get smarter, he held up a massive stack of financial papers and said, "Read 500 pages like this every single week, because that is exactly how knowledge works." Most people read exclusively to feel informed. Rich people read to find the single critical vulnerability that nobody else noticed yet. Those are not the same activity, not even close. Habit number 4. They say no to almost everything. Steve Jobs famously stated in a direct interview that he was just as proud of the things Apple did not do as he was of the things they actually chose to launch. The average person says yes to every single minor opportunity and wonders why nothing is working. The wealthy say no to almost everything so they can apply absolute, lethal focus to the 2 or 3 things that actually move the needle. Warren Buffett described his entire investment strategy as a simple punch card with only 20 slots for an entire lifetime. Choose carefully, execute perfectly, then stop choosing. Habit number 5. They build ironclad systems instead of relying on weak human willpower. Willpower is a biological resource that rapidly depletes. A 2011 study proved that people who report the highest self-control actually use willpower the least. They design their immediate environment so that the right choice is always the path of least resistance. They make the heavy decision once, deep inside the system architecture, so they never have to make it again under pressure. Discipline is heavily overrated. Environment design is absolutely everything. Habit number 6. They pay their future self first. While the average person spends aggressively and attempts to save whatever tiny amount is left over, the wealthy automate their investments before the paycheck is even visible in their account. Fidelity Investments analyzed the numbers and found that automated accounts consistently outperform manually managed ones for one simple, hilarious reason. Humans cannot stop touching things. Panic selling, emotional rebalancing, and checking stock apps at midnight completely destroy generational wealth. The automatic account just sits there, quietly, growing unbothered. The Panther's portfolio does not check itself. It has absolutely no reason to care. Habit number 7. They know the exact mathematical value of their time. If your time is calculated at $500 an hour and you spend 3 hours doing a $50 administrative task, you did not save money. You lost $1,350 in raw productive capacity. Wealthy people do this dynamic arithmetic automatically, which is why the most successful person in the room is often doing the least visible manual labor. They are not lazy, they are highly allocated. The Panther charges strictly by the file. and never explains his premium rates. Habit number 8. They sleep aggressively and without a single shred of guilt. The toxic Silicon Valley mythology of the 4-hour night has been completely destroyed by modern neuroscience. Sleep deprivation accumulates cognitive decline invisibly over time until everything fails. The highest performance athletes and CEOs sleep the most. The lowest performers brag about sleeping the least. That is not a coincidence. That is a clear scoreboard. Habit number 9. They are comfortable being wrong fast in public. Jeff Bezos built Amazon's entire internal culture around the concept of disagree and commit. Being wrong fast in public is incredibly cheap. Being wrong slowly behind closed doors is completely fatal. The Panther has been wrong exactly twice in his entire existence. He does not remember the dates, which bothers him slightly. Habit number 10. They play a completely different game than the one everyone else is playing. When everyone was competing for standard jobs, they built companies. When everyone built companies, they acquired equity. Wealth is created exclusively by those who figure out what game to play, not those who play the current game the hardest. They noticed the race was designed so that almost nobody wins, so they quietly walked off the track to build the stadium instead. The Panther watched it all happen. He took notes. He is still taking notes. Subscribe.